Many travelers dream of experiencing the beauty of Tanzania, from its stunning national parks to vibrant cultural sites. Yet the costs often seem overwhelming. But with Visit Tanzania for Less, exploring this East African gem on a budget is not only possible, but incredibly rewarding. Whether you're a solo backpacker, a volunteer, or just a budget-conscious traveler, we provide valuable insights and resources to make your journey unforgettable without breaking the bank. Book your trip now with just a $300 deposit and flexible monthly payments until your travel date. For more travel inspiration and tips, follow us on Instagram or visit us at visittanzaniaforless.com. Visit Tanzania for Less, your dream adventure within reach.
.32 in the city of Muskegon. We're inside the Drive at 5 PAs. We're live on Facebook, social media, YouTube, Instagram, and live on 103.7 The Beat Radio. And you can find us on the Mojo Radio app. Inside the Drive at 5, the guest for the day, you got Sister Magnolia Jones. You might call her Maggie, some call her Magnolia, some call her MJ.
All of that.
All of that. But very good program she's been working with for a while now at the Muskegon Community College, the Upward Bound Project. How you doing, Maggie?
I'm doing well. How are you, Paul?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Maggie, this program, Upward Bound, has been known for really enriching lives of our kids. Can you tell us about the program and what you're trying to achieve this year?
I sure can. Upward Bound, Trio Upward Bound, is a pre-college prep program for high school students. Our targeted schools are Muskegon and Muskegon Heights, and we work with first-generation college students, meaning those students whose parents have not earned or completed a four-year college degree, meaning that those students wouldn't have the skills their parents to navigate to help them to successfully complete high school and be prepared for college. So our mission is to undergird them and be an extra arm of support in the high schools for those students to have them college ready.
And because of that, you do a lot of, I've seen some traveling, like you guys go out of town and all that. You know?
Exposure is a big component of our program. We want our students to be able to make the best decision for themselves when they become seniors. So during our program, we recruit from 9th grade through 12th grade. Preferably, we want our students to join our program in 9th grade so they will have all their high school career to experience everything that we offer. And with that, we offer a 5-week summer component where they come out to MCC. We bus them out to MCC for 5 weeks, and we introduce them to their next level of study in their core classes. So in their English, their math, their social science, and their language arts, they get to be introduced to their next level of study so that they will be better prepared when they go back to school, all in the efforts of keeping their grades and their GPAs up so that they will be college ready. And so after we do our summer component, we reward our students for giving up a portion of their summer to strengthen their academics by going out of state on a week trip. And during that time, we visit different colleges. We visit traditional colleges. We love to visit HBCUs because our students don't have that exposure, being there's only one in Michigan. And then we do fun stuff. So during the 5-week summer program, they get their academics on. During the trip, we do college exposure, and then we get our fun in. So we want to reward our students for giving up a portion of their summer. And so we want to make it worth their while. So this past summer, we visited Atlanta, and we visited 4 HBCUs, Morehouse Spelman, Clark Atlanta, and the newly reopened Morris Brown. And so they got to visit, large versus smaller, and male versus female combination. So we gave them a good exposure to that. And then after that, we visited the World of Coke. We did the aquarium. Wow. We did the zoo. We did Six Flags. So yeah, we did a lot.
Wow. enrollment, some of the qualifications again, and I'm gonna put some of that up on the screen to people that's watching online.
Okay.
From 8th grade, but not that's 11th grade. Completed the 8th grade, but
Com-
not the 11th grade. And
right.
attending Muskegon High School or Muskegon Heights High School.
Correct. But we also offer our services to seniors as well. If they are entering 12th grade and they don't quite have the GPA and the grades to get into the college of their choice, we will work with them during their senior year as well.
What has been your success rate?
Our success rate of our students going on to college is in the 90 percentile.
Ooh, wow.
Yes.
That's really good.
Yes.
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 Yeah, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
And how many kids a year are you working with?
So our program, our grant is funded to service 59 students. So as our senior, we try to have a balance. Doesn't always work out that way, but we try to have a balance of 15 in each class. So as our seniors graduate, then we add on 15 new freshmen, and they just rotate through
Okay.
that way.
Okay. So you got any openings right now?
We do. We now have open enrollment. We have been recruiting for the last month heavily, and we are looking to fill our roster by the end of October. We would like by mid-October, actually. And so we have about 20 openings between the two schools, and we are collecting paperwork weekly and trying to get students qualified. And the two ways that they qualify is by first generation college student, first generation college student, as I explained earlier, that they would be the first in their family to go to college and graduate and earn a bachelor's degree. However, their parent can have an associate's degree. They can be working on their bachelor's as long as they have not graduated.
Okay.
And then also the second one is you qualify by your income. So there's an income guideline established by the federal government. And then the third way is uh, at high academic risk of failure. So 2/3 of our students have to be both first gen and low income, and the other 1/3 we can have some wiggle room with that.
Okay. Wow. And you meet twice a week where they get tutor services twice a week?
Yep, we offer that for students who need the additional services. We also partner within the school. If tutoring is already available, we direct them to those services. But if they need one-on-one, we meet with them and we do a needs assessment, and they let us know where their strengths and weaknesses are, and we accommodate them in whatever area that they need.
The personal counseling and mentoring, is it one-on-one mentoring or you do group settings or how's that?
We do it all. We do group. We have sessions on Saturday mornings once a week, and there we'll do group sessions. We do fun activities, we do academic activities, and we bring them together as a group. Traditionally, we've met after school Mondays and Wednesdays at Muskegon Heights, Tuesdays and Thursdays at Muskegon. But we found that we're competing with all the other extracurricular activities, and we don't want to penalize our students, so they can't participate in the after school extracurricular activities. And so we meet with them during the lunch period or during the day when they're available. And then we'll do our Saturday school on Saturdays, where they will know ahead of time that we're there at MCC for a half day. So they come out there and they'll get it all in one 4-hour block.
Wow. That's a lot of work. You're doing a lot.
Yes, it's a lot of work.
You have a lot of mentors or what? How do you do this?
Mentors, we do not have a lot of mentors. We have people from the community that will have to come to our Saturday sessions and talk to them, in a group setting.
Okay.
One-on-one mentors, we are working on that. We're going to try to get our alumni to partner up with a student and become a mentor. And that way they can assist, that give back, because they benefited a lot from being in Upward Bound. So
Right.
we do want to start establishing that, to call our mentors back and call our alumni back and become mentors with our students.
That's a good idea. So should they dial the 231-777-0425?
They should. And most alumni still have my number because it hasn't changed. So they can call me, text me personally, and let me know that they're interested in becoming an Upward Bound mentor.
All right, parents, this is a call out for you to get your kid to enroll in the Upward Bound program. If you're watching or you're listening, share your story about Upward Bound, what it has done. We too often hear about the bad things going in the community. Let's talk about some of the things that have uplifted you. Chauncey Williams said Upward Bound has been the doorstep for our students to access college exposure in our county. Thank you.
You're welcome, Chauncey.
Yeah. And Missionary Harrison says, wonderful program. I had the pleasure of being a chaperone a few years back. Great and memorable time. Hey, sis, Miss Jones rocks. We agree. She rocks.
Hey, sis, how are you?
Wow. How long have you been working with the Upward Bound program?
From its onset, I started in 2007. That's when the Muskegon Community College first got the grant for the program. And myself and Robert Ross, who was the former director, we worked with the program for 5 years, where it was initially written, the grant was initially written for Muskegon High School only. And so we had to wait 5 years before we could add Muskegon Heights. And so I've been with it since the onset, and I worked for 13 years. Then I retired in 2020 during the pandemic. And then Mr. Robert Ross, the program director, retired in 2020, and they could not find a suitable replacement. So they called me out of retirement and asked me if I would be interested in coming to work again. And I said yes.
Wow.
And so I've been back a year and a half. So
that's good.
yes.
Tara Carson said, my daughter is an Upward Bound alumni. She is currently in trio at Jackson State University.
All right.
Hey,
Yay.
HBCU. Don't you love hearing them stories?
I sure do. I sure
kids
do.
who've been in your program and now they're in college and they're
Yes.
excelling. And,
Yes.
yes, that is a.
Only thing is, enough of them don't reach back and let me know, their successes and everything, and we want to celebrate them. So, yeah, call me, you all.
Well, the telephone number again for them to join.
777-0425.
777-0425. And when are you going to have your first week of program?
Our first Saturday school is going to start on September 14th, and it will be at 10 o'clock at Muskegon Community College. If you have not received any paperwork, or if you have received paperwork, that is the time for you to bring it in, and so we can see if you qualify. And if you haven't and you're interested, we'll have applications on hand, and that'll be our first official meeting.
Now, I see there's an income guideline too. What does that look like? Do you know off the hand?
So yes, I have the income guideline in front of me. So it goes by the number in your family,
okay,
and your taxable income, which is less than your gross income. So say, for instance, you had a family of 5, and you would look at our income guideline, and if your taxable income was less than 54,870, that will qualify you because you're under the threshold.
okay.
And then you also qualify by verifying. So you would say you do not exceed that limit, and then you would check whether you have a degree or no degree, or at least one parent has a BA or a BS degree, and then that's the way you qualify. So your income, the number in your family, whether or not you have a degree or not.
How strict are they on this federal income guideline? What if they're above it just a little bit? Because I think is that based on the poverty guideline? Or?
It is based on just the federal government's. I have 150%
of the poverty level.
Of the poverty level.
Okay, all right. So you slightly above poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some people, that probably would hit in that number. So y'all need to take advantage of these programs. We hear a lot about there's no mentorship program. We need help with mentorship program. We need somewhere for our kids to go. I think this is a good option.
Very good option. And it's in the last year since I've been back, it's been a struggle getting students to sign up from both schools now.
Wow.
Because I've been to their lunch hours in the last 2 weeks, I've had several students. No, actually, we've given out over 100 pre-application forms, and we've gotten back about 10 so far. So yeah, the paperwork trickles back in slowly, but we have to keep pressing our way, because the thing about it is, if we don't get our 59 students qualified and in the program before our deadline end of October, then the federal government is going to be questioning why. Because what they say is, according to what we wrote in the grant, we said there's a dire need in this community for students to have the services that we offer. And so why wouldn't we have our numbers? So
then they can cut the program.
They will cut it. It will disappear. Yes.
Especially if somebody gets elected. I ain't gonna say.
Yes. Yes. So we say there's a need, and there is a tremendous need, but you do have to qualify, and then we have to get the paperwork in. So
we got to do our part, families. We don't want these government dollars going back to Washington. Then they're gonna feel like you don't need it. And we've seen the success of this program. We say 90% of the kids have went on to college. Now, do they necessarily have to go to college, or what about trade school?
They can go to a trade school too. Some of our students join and they decide they want to go to the military. But our goal is college, but it's their personal choice, because they're still going to be educated if they go to the military, so we want to have them ready. It's going to be a test if they decide to go to the military, whether or not they go to trade school. You can't get around it. You're gonna need those skills. So we just want to help you get there, whatever your choice is.
All right. The telephone number again before we go.
231-777-0425.
Maggie Jones, been our guest for the Drive at 5, the Upward Bound program. Thank you so much for making yourself available. Today, this was not scheduled 2 weeks ago. I called her earlier.
Paul.
She made it happen.
I appreciate it. We need the advertisement.
All right. Get ready to go back to more music inside the Drive at 5.
Thank you.
All right, Ms.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here.